Welcome to the Be Progressive Show. Today is Wednesday, December the 2nd, and I am Brandon Neal. Today we're going to be talking about Trump filing yet another lawsuit in Wisconsin, just like I said he would last night, and Sidney Powell, yet another lawsuit in Wisconsin, except this time it was on the behalf of a man who had no idea she was doing it. And it looks like Trump's throwing his first big temper tantrum, and he says that he will veto a defense policy bill unless they get rid of the Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, and he might get his way. Stick around, we'll find out more. So, just like every other day, a new lawsuit has been filed by Donald Trump in yet another swing state. This is in Wisconsin, and it looks like Newsmax is reporting this, so this should be an interesting article. It says the Trump lawsuit, Wisconsin absentee ballot abuses affected 220,000 votes. President Donald Trump's campaign filed a lawsuit in the Wisconsin Tuesday claiming the absentee voting process was abused in the state. The suit seeks to disqualify more than 221,000 ballots in the state's two most Democratic-heavy counties. Big shocker. The lawsuit comes after the state completed its partial recount and after Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers on Monday night formally certified Joe Biden as the state's winner. The legal team in Wisconsin, led by former Wisconsin Circuit Court Judge Jim Tropis, said the recount gave the campaign a unique ability to examine ballots. Tropis said that the state's electoral votes likely won't change the overall outcome, but exposing exactly how the election process were abused in Wisconsin holds enormous value for this election beyond a victory for President Trump. Regardless, we are demonstrating that the results of this election unequivocally ought to be questioned. In the lawsuit, the campaign complains that the officials on the Wisconsin Election Commission and the city clerks of Milwaukee and Madison willfully disregarded the current statute and made conscious efforts to circumvent Wisconsin election law. And this is a complete and utter farce. There is no merit to this at all. Yet another one that will be thrown out with no evidence. But it looks like Wisconsin was the happening place yesterday because Sidney Powell has now filed a lawsuit in Wisconsin. Except it looks like that she may have filed this lawsuit for somebody that had no idea that she was doing it. A Republican candidate for Congress who lost his election on November 3rd says his name is being used without permission as a plaintiff in a federal lawsuit to make President Donald Trump the winner of Wisconsin's presidential election despite receiving fewer votes than the president-elect Joe Biden. Derek Van Orden, who narrowly lost to U.S. Rep. Ron Kind, said Tuesday he learned through social media posts about the lawsuit that his name was being used. I learned through social media today that my name was included in a lawsuit without my permission, Van Orden said in a statement. To be clear, I am not involved in the lawsuit seeking to overturn the election in Wisconsin. Former Trump attorney Sidney Powell filed a lawsuit in federal court on Tuesday on behalf of Van Orden and the La Crosse County Republican Party chairman Bill Feehan. The suit seeks, among other relief, a new election for Van Orden and wants Governor Tony Evers to certify the election for Trump instead of Biden. Powell and Feehan did not immediately return phone calls. The lawsuit is one of dozens filed by Powell and one of many that includes serious factual errors. In the Wisconsin lawsuit, Powell seeks video footage of vote counting in the TCF Center, but the TCF Center is in Detroit, which is not in Wisconsin. In another lawsuit Powell filed in Michigan, she cites a witness who claimed to have seen something strange with votes being counted in Edison County, but there is no Edison County in Michigan. Powell has filed several lawsuits in key states where Biden has won, many alleging unfounded conspiracy theories. The Trump campaign last month disavowed Powell after she made claims in a news conference about a payoff scheme to manipulate voting machines, and that she took it one step too far for the Trump campaign, and even they got rid of her. So if you lose them, you're way off into dum-dum land. So Sidney Powell, still at it, still being dumb, still failing. That's good. And the last thing that we'll talk about in this video here is that Trump is now saying he will veto a defense policy bill unless it ends protection for internet companies that shield them from being held liable for material posted by their users. On Twitter Tuesday night, Trump took aim at Section 230 of the 96 Communications Decency Act, which protects companies that can host trillions of messages from being sued into oblivion by anyone who feels wronged by something someone else has posted, whether their complaint is legitimate or not. Trump called Section 230 a serious threat to our national security and election integrity, adding, therefore, if the very dangerous and unfair Section 230 is not completely terminated as a part of the National Defense Authorization Act, I will be forced to unequivocally veto that bill. Whew, that probably went over like a ton of bricks, because I think if he gets his way on this 230, man, that's a bad step. That is not good at all. That will just wreak havoc, and I don't think they're going to allow this to happen. But, we're just seeing it, man. This is just the beginning of the Trump tantrums. He's going to do all kinds of things, fire all kinds of people. It's going to be a nightmare because the baby lost and reality is setting in that he's done. And that as soon as he walks out of the White House, that's right, you're going to court, bud.